Welcome to another edition of Shelf Life Book Reviews Online. Hopefully, if you're watching this on YouTube, you have subscribed to my YouTube channel, or if you're watching this on Facebook, that you will like it and send the link along to your friends. I would like to first make note, those in the London and area, the new issue of Shelf Life, the April-May 2022 24th anniversary issue, is now available at many local libraries, surrounding libraries, a lot of bookstores in the city, and other various locations. So if you can't find a copy, please send me an email and at shelf-life1@rogers.com, and I'll see that you get a copy. So look for it. It's got 54 book reviews of the best in books. So that shameless plug out of the way, now to the two books that I'd like to draw to your attention to, the two nonfiction books that are very, very highly recommended. The first book is Killer by Design, Murderers, Mindhunters, and My Quest to Decipher the Human Mind by Wolbert Burgess. This is published by Schutt, and it retails for $35. If you like books about serial killers and the criminal mind, this book is definitely one that you should be picking up. The author is a forensic and psychiatric nurse, and she has, most of her life she has dedicated to the criminal mind. In fact, she has worked with the FBI for over 2 decades, helping them with a lot of their cases. She started out talking to a lot of survivors of sexual assaults and victims of violence. And the FBI became aware of this, and they decided to use her to help, give input into a lot of cases. She has worked on quite a few cases, and in the book, she talks about some of the most notable serial killers of all time. They include Ed Kemper, who was the co-ed killer, Dennis Rader, the bind, torture, kill murderer, Henry Louis Wallace, the Taco Bell strangler, and the Unabomber Ted Krasinski. And in the book, she talks about exceptional police work, FBI work, where they hunted down killers, where people were targeted, children, people of all ages, of all races. And she goes into really intricate detail about how these people were brought to justice. It wasn't easy. They used tons and tons of manpower and clues, and finally they brought these killers to justice. And in the book she talks about mainly seeking justice for the families of the victims. They wanted closure, and they wanted to find out who murdered their family member. And in the book here, the author really knows her stuff, or else she wouldn't have written the book. And she gets deep, deep into the mind of the serial killer. So if you're looking for a book, a true crime book, that will capture your interest from page 1 right to the end, Killer by Design is a book you should definitely add to your collection. The second book of note is called Pump, A Natural History of the Heart. This is by Bill Schutt, and it's published by Algonquin Books of Chapel Hill, and it retails for $32.95. The book looks at the heart, but not necessarily the human heart. It looks more at the insect world. Most people would not figure that, even the tiniest of insects have hearts. Well, we all have hearts to keep us going. And even in the insect world, the heart is at the heart and soul of these creatures. She talks about the blue whale most notably. A lot of people have the preconceived notion that the blue whale has a heart the size of an automobile. Not at all. In fact, it is rather small in comparison to its body weight. In fact, the heart of the blue whale is only 0.3% of its body weight. And she also points out that the masked shrew is one of the smallest mammals in the world. It only weighs 5 grams, but its heart is 1.7% of its body weight, making it the smallest creature with the biggest heart. The author looks at all facets of the heart from the evolution, from the earliest creatures in the world when time began, and how it has evolved. The book has 3 main sections, and they are Wild at Heart, What We Knew and What We Thought We Knew, and From Bad to Better. The book traces how these creatures have evolved, how their heart has evolved, and how medical science has found out about how the heart ticks inside these individuals. The book also looks at a history of certain things that were created to help humans as well, like cardiac catheterizations, the stethoscope, how it was created as well too to monitor the heart. So the book really is, if you like a scientific book, and this book would be for children as too. If you want your children to learn about the animal heart, and it also talks about the human heart, this is definitely a book that I think would capture their attention very, very nicely. It is in great detail. It's not overly scientific, so it does not talk over the head of the reader. It is down to earth in the language and in the explanations of the insect hearts. So, you got to have heart, well, you got to have this book, because pump will definitely pump you up if you want to read about the heart. So those are the 2 books I wanted to draw to your attention this time out. Hopefully you will add them to your collection. Hopefully you will agree with my reviews, and I do welcome your comments, positive and negative, about my online reviews. So please keep sending me those emails. It helps me make these videos better. And so once again, I do thank you for your time, and I ask you to keep safe, keep sane, keep social distancing, and please keep in touch. Bye for now. We'll see you real soon.